Hi everyone, this is Dan and the future holds crypto. Yes, I still believe that, even if it's hard to right now. So, yeah, the market looks awful. It has been a while since it looked so awful as these days. And just wanted to go a little bit through some of the data we have so far. It's definitely a market that we haven't encountered before. There are some similarities with different times in history, but there are also a lot of factors that we didn't face in recent events like the COVID, the money printing, the Russia Ukraine war, and all of the issues that we have at this point. But yeah, the market looks awful, and even but one thing that you should consider now is that it's not only crypto, and everything looks awful. And even the stock market, if you look at the S&P 500, it's already down 23%. um, as a reference, in 2020 we were down 35%, very fast. This is not as fast as then, but it's not might not be over. We can get there definitely. The difference is now from then is that they had the possibility of money printing here because they had no inflation. So that's why the very fast V-shaped recovery. I'm not sure if this will happen now. We don't know. I don't know. Um, but at least we should consider the fact that for the moment, and I believe this is all related to, well, most of it is related to the inflation and the fact that the Federal Reserve is working against the inflation and hasn't yet managed to control inflation. I don't think we will see any relief soon until they get some control over it. Maybe in September, in the next FOMC meeting, we might get a pause that will also fit, as I discussed before, with the midterm elections. Maybe we get a relief rally then. Definitely not a huge bull market, I think. But for the moment, this is interesting because today we have the FOMC meeting, and we'll find out more. The idea is that they announced in the past they wanted to raise interest rates with 0.5%. They had bad numbers on this Friday, and a lot of people are speculating they're going to go to 0.75. Some people are already saying, "Look, let's give it to me already. Come on, you're just slowly increasing interest. This, just do it. Stop the slow pain." But wanted to also talk about, you know, apparently this is and the day I think they announced this in the past, and apparently Goldman Sachs also uh, talked about this, and not necessarily very big fan of listening to JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs, but they said we anticipate two more rates increases in 2023 to 3.75 or 4%, followed by one cut in 2024 to 3.5 and 3.75%. So I think that the markets will recover after this whole inflation and interest rates stabilizes. And this is kind of, I mentioned this in the past because I think at the Federal Reserve meeting they already mentioned the end of 2023 that they wanted to reach 3.5. It's possible they go above that considering how it's going now. I'm not sure, but they don't even know. But the fact is that until we have this finished, I don't think we'll have a lot of big movements like in the past. And I've seen a lot of people that don't believe in the cycles, and especially in crypto. If you look, but actually, first of all, before going into that, told you this is a worldwide market event. Basically, we're basically going. People are not don't know yet, but it's already in recession territory. I think we're going to go into one. um, and As you can see here, the Nasdaq was already 33% down. Amazon is 46% down from the all-time high. Microsoft is 45, almost 46% down. Facebook is down 56%. DocuSign is down 82%. PayPal is down 77% actually. So there's a lot of pain in the markets, in a lot of big stocks, big companies. um, so keep that in mind. And let's, by the way, let's look at Netflix. Netflix is down 77%. Yeah. So this is the current environment, right? So keep that in mind. And this is something that I think people saying that the markets are not correlated, well, they are. um, I still I believe that crypto has a different chance if we have positive regulations, um, and that helps with the adoption. Maybe give, while the markets are tanking, give like some play toy. Maybe this is how they would think, a play toy to the market, to play around while the markets are down. But not sure if this will happen anytime soon, even if we had the Loomis bill proposal, because it will go through a lot of changes until it actually passes. But in the meanwhile, we should look at macro and set our expectations straight, unfortunately. But this is the situation. So if we go back with the S&P, oh no, actually at this point right here. So want to talk a little bit about cycles. And in the past, we had this with Bitcoin, the halving events, right? And I'm gonna show hash ribbons, this indicator, because it also shows the halving events in the past. So we have this halving event in 2012. We have the next peaks. We have this halving event in 16th. We have the next peak. We have this halving event here. We had this peak. A lot of people thought it would go higher, but it didn't. So actually, this peak or this peak, whatever you choose. But the fact is, we didn't have any peak before a halving event, and I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't believe in cycles anymore. Well, I understand that to some degree, because we already have a lot of Bitcoin on the market. The mining wouldn't add, the halving wouldn't decrease like in the past the amount of Bitcoin put on the market on a daily basis by the miners, but still, it's I'm not sure if it's finished yet. And basically, the next halving event will be in 2024. So in 2024, what happens? Also, this seems to be happening. The end of this, first of all, the interest rates hikes, and maybe the first cut. If this basically put together, it kind of makes sense. A lot of things are happening together to show us a possible start of another bull run. So put that together. The interest rates hike stopping in 2023, the first rate hike in 2024, the cut with the halving event. The fact that Bitcoin in the past always had a peak after the halving event. I think that while we might have a relief rally, in the meanwhile, the next major bull run will be starting in 2024. And always remember, this is not cashing in from day one after the halving. It takes a couple of not many months after the halving till this actually gets priced into the market, because of course it's also the fact that the miners already have a stash that they sell, and until that runs out, so the halving event takes actually place in the market. And we have this in the past. So basically 2024, I think probably the peak will be somewhere in 2025. But whatever, it's not a prediction. I'm just looking at the past data. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Take that in mind. This is not financial advice by any means. I've been mostly wrong than actually not necessarily most of the time wrong, but I have been right on a lot of occasions, including the start of the bull run. When it started, the only fact that I missed was the top. Well, was my first bull run, and I've seen a lot of indicators that flashed around, but being my first bull run, I chose to ignore them apparently. So I actually made fun of this with my friends when I saw the last, for example, the Doge pump, the Shiba Inu pump, and I was like, guys, this doesn't look good, because this usually happens at the end of the bull run. There are also other indicators that flashed like the pi cycle top indicator, and even the unrealized profit from Glassnode. It peaked around here basically, where if it gets up to here, usually we have a reversal. Every time in the past when it got up to here, we got a reversal. I was expecting more blue, but yeah, it's not it's not an exact science, right? But definitely something that you need to learn in the past, and I've been here since 2017, and I've been through a bear market before, and I think I learned when to buy. I didn't learn. Now I learn when to sell, but I had to go through a bull market to go with all the feelings, to acknowledge them, and then to learn. So this is I'm taking this as a learning experience. You should as well. And what I can tell you on the bear market that we have right now, it's of course this is different. I'd never seen something like this before, especially with the macro environment. But one thing I know is that a few things that I know is that when there is a lot of fear in the market, it's better to buy than to sell. Second, don't throw yourself in with all you got. Do small dollar cost average buy-ins. Don't go all in, because this is a falling knife. We don't have any reversal signs yet. There are some indicators flashing somewhere, including this one if you look at it, but it can, in the past it went lower, so maybe it goes lower as well. But anyway, nobody can hunt for the top, or not hunt, they can hunt, but nobody can catch the top or the bottom. So it's better to do dollar cost averaging buy-ins. You can do that whatever, you can do that on a weekly basis or daily basis or whatever, and you don't care about the price. Apparently that works on a statistical basis better than than hunting. Or you can think of good moments and do buy-ins, but not with all your money, like you split in 10 or something like that. Yeah, this is a different bear market. This is interesting to see, but definitely learn from your past experiences. Don't panic. In this situation, I don't know. I think that a relief rally can happen, but to be blunt, the situation doesn't look exactly the best right now. However, you should not panic, but prepare for a longer period of time until the market actually reverses. And I gave you some timelines that I'm looking at. First, so a recapitulation would be that we might see a relief rally near the midterms, and the next major bull run can start in 2024, from my opinion, after the halving event and after the Federal Reserve finishes the interest rate hikes and does the first cut. So that's my video for today. Stay safe, enjoy, take a pause, enjoy something else, and see you in the next one. Bye.